In this video, we're going to talk about what causes slab leak foundation damage and some things that you can do to help prevent it, and we're going to talk about it right now. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber. I've been plumbing over 38 years, and I have every master endorsement in the state of Texas. On this channel, I'm teaching you everything you need to know about plumbing. If you haven't been here before, please subscribe so you don't miss anything. So what causes slab leak foundation damage? Slab leaks and foundation kind of go hand in hand. We don't know for sure whether the slab leak causes the foundation problem or the foundation problem causes the slab leak. But there are some things that you need to know about it that'll help you out. Number one, if you've got a concrete slab that sits on the ground, the thing you need to remember is that slab can move because the ground can move. You've got all this weight built on a slab or built on the ground and all that house built on it, and that weight can shift and move over time. A little bit of movement, believe it or not, is allowed, and we know it's going to happen. But if you have a slab leak under it, that can cause one certain area of your house to get wet, cause that dirt to get softer, and then cause that part of the house to settle and move a little bit more. So if you think that you've got a slab leak under your house, the thing you're going to want to do first is a sewer water test. Now, we've done a video on a sewer water test, so I'm not going to cover a lot of that right now. But remember, that's the first thing you want to do. And one thing that we recommend is if you think you've got foundation problems or you think you have plumbing problems or one may have caused the other, the very first thing we're going to tell you is go ahead and get your sewer water test done. That way you know as a homeowner if you've got problems that may have caused that. But you're going to want to get any foundation work done and fixed before you fix any sewer or water problems. The sewer water test, if you've had that done or you've had to have that done, please leave us a comment down below and let us know how did it turn out for you. Did your sewer test pass? Did your water test pass? Or did either one or both of them fail? So the plumbing foundation. The plumbing foundation is under your slab, you've got two different plumbing systems. You've got your sewer system and you've got your water system. Your sewer system is hooked up to all the drains in your house and actually carries that water away. Your water system is what actually supplies the water to every faucet, appliance, valve, and everything else in your house. Either one of those can leak, and that's what we're going to talk about here in just a moment. So that all goes back to Plumbing 101. We've got a video about that. Guys, look at it and you'll see what all your plumbing system entails. Because it's not just the water, it's not just the sewer, but it's also the gas. So sewer, water, and gas. SWAG. It's an easy way to remember it. All those are plumbing. Okay, so a sewer leak. The first thing you're going to look at is a slab leak detection for sewer. So if we've already done a test and we know that it's done, now what we've got to get into is an isolation. And guys, I hate to tell you, this is an expensive part. The sewer water test isn't too bad, but when we have to come in and isolate an area, what we've got to do is first find the two-way cleanouts, which actually has to be found for the sewer water test. But then what we have to do is we have to push test balls and hoses. We have to use a camera to push them to get them right where we want them so we know where everything is, because we have to isolate all the different lines in the house and find out what line's holding and what line's not holding. We don't just assume because there's a leak that everything under the house needs to be replaced. Now, you will run into some plumbers, and I hate to scare you, but this is true. You'll run into some plumbers that'll just run a camera in there and tell you there is a leak or there isn't a leak, and they're willing to bet their license on it. And I hate to tell you, you cannot just run a camera in there and tell you if there's a leak or not. I followed up plumbing companies that have run a camera and said, hey, there's no leak, and we found multiple leaks. Just because you run a camera in there doesn't mean that you can see every crack or hole in the pipe. So the sewer isolation test is a pain, but guys, it's something that's got to be done. So once you find out where you have a problem, then there's different ways to look at the repair. If you've ever had a slab leak repair on your sewer, please let us know what you did. Did you have to tunnel in from under the edge of the house, or were they able to make a hole in the middle of the floor and go down to it that way? Or even worst case scenario, did they decide not to do it and run it outside the house and run around to the front and tie it in? So that's it. Really, you have three different options on how to fix a sewer leak. So the sewer line repair is a big deal. And like I said, if you think you have foundation problems and sewer leaks, get your foundation leak fixed first, because your sewer line repair is going to have to be done to make sure that your warranty stays good. So a water leak. Slab leak detection for water is completely different from sewer. So what we want to do first is you turn off the water at the meter and you see if the pressure goes down. That's part of the water test. Then if you have a valve box right outside the front of the house, you turn it off and you do it again. That'll tell you if the leak's in the yard or if the leak's in the house. If it's in the house, then you go in and turn off the hot water. Turn it off at the water heater. Then you do it again. That lets you know, did you have a problem on the hot line, the cold line, in the house or out in the yard? You want to narrow it down as much as you can. That way you're not looking for a needle in a haystack. You've actually narrowed it down to one piece of a system. If it's the piece in the yard, you go through with a probe and you listen along the line. We have locators that can locate the lines in the yard or even under your slab. That way when we listen, we're right above it. Now the problem is you do have to listen. So listening for a water leak is hard to do if you have carpet. We'll have to pull that back. Or if you have hardwood floors. Now normally we don't want to ruin the hardwood floors, so normally that'll get into one of the repairs that we do the most, and that's creating an access hole and a tunnel from the outside, but I'll talk more about that in just a minute. So what we want to determine first is what type water distribution system do you have? Do you have an old galvanized system? Do you have a copper system? Or do you have a PEX system? For PEX and copper, there were no joints under the slab. They literally stubbed everything up, built a manifold, and went down and looped over to another area. Galvanized was a little bit different. There were threaded connections underground. If you've got a galvanized system, chances are your plumber's going to tell you you need to replace the whole system. He's right. You need to. Replacing a galvanized system is going to give you more water pressure and actually more water, because over the years, the inside of that starts filling up with calcium and magnesium building up on the inside of the pipes, and that's going to slow down your water flow and reduce your pressure. You heard me talk about the anti-scale. The anti-scale system is something that you can do to help break that up. But even on a galvanized system, an older galvanized system, you're going to need to replace it. It's not going to help you. So the water isolation test. Once you figure out where it is, what you're going to do, if it's inside the house, you're going to go around and you're going to listen to every angle stop, every valve, anything and everything that you can to see if you can hear the noises that water makes as it leaks. Then you're going to do something to the system to help find out exactly where that is. Now, a water line repair can be a little bit different. Just like a sewer repair, you're either going to tunnel under or make a hole in the ground, but with a water line repair, you may be able to reroute overhead. Now, here's a tip. You may end up needing to replace all the lines under your house. And I hate to tell you that, but it's true. If you have enough water damage from that line and you realize how big of a pain it is, remember, if that line is getting weaker due to impurities or chlorine or movement or anything else, chances are it's happening to other lines too. I hope not, for your sake, because this is not a cheap thing to do. Guys, if you have any more questions about foundations or slab leaks or anything like that, please leave a comment down below and let us know what you think. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If not, give us a thumbs down. But let me know why. We want to help you out, and that's what we make these videos for. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we will see you on the next video if you don't get flushed.